If you're a senior in America, or you have parents or grandparents who are, I need you to stop scrolling right now because starting this July, 3 real changes are hitting Social Security, Medicare, and your tax bill. Not rumors, not maybe next year. These are already confirmed and some are already happening. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's changing, how much money it could put back in your pocket, and what you need to check before the end of the month so you don't miss out. Stick around till the end, because surprise number 3 is the one almost nobody is talking about yet, and it could save you hundreds of dollars a year if you're on certain medications. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, if this is your first time here, welcome. This channel breaks down Social Security, Medicare, and retirement money news in plain English. No jargon, no confusion. If that sounds useful to you, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update because these rules change more often than people realize. Now, surprise number 1. Here's something a lot of retirees still don't know about, and it could lower how much tax you owe on your Social Security check. As part of recent federal tax legislation, there is now a new deduction specifically for people age 65 and older. If you qualify, this deduction can reduce, and for many people, fully offset, the taxes you'd normally pay on your Social Security income. Here's how it works in simple terms. If you're an eligible single filer, you may be able to claim up to $6,000 as an additional deduction. If you're married and both spouses qualify, that can go up to $12,000 combined. Now, there are income limits, so this isn't automatically available to everyone at every income level. Generally speaking, this deduction is designed for middle and lower income retirees, and it phases out as income gets higher. So if you're a high earner, you may get a reduced amount or may not qualify at all. This deduction applies for tax years 2025 through 2028, so it's not permanent. It's a temporary window, which means if you qualify, this is actually a great few years to take advantage of it. Why does this matter starting in July specifically? Because mid-year is exactly when financial advisors recommend you review your tax withholding and estimated payments. If you adjust now, you avoid a surprise at tax time next spring, and depending on your situation, you might even see a difference in how much is being withheld from other income sources for the rest of the year. Here's my honest advice. Don't just take my word for the exact numbers. Every person's tax situation is different. Your income, filing status, and other deductions all affect what you actually qualify for. This video is for general information, not personalized tax advice. If you want the exact number for your situation, talk to a CPA or use the IRS's official resources, or check with the Social Security Administration directly at ssa.gov. But the big takeaway is this. If you're 65 or older, there's real money on the table here that didn't exist in previous tax years. Don't leave it unclaimed because nobody told you about it. Okay, that's surprise number 1. But surprise number 2 is about your actual bank account and when the money lands, and if you get supplemental security income, this one affects you twice this month. Literally, keep watching. This next one isn't about how much money you get, it's about when it arrives. And if you don't know about this in advance, it can throw off your budget, especially if you've got bills due around the same time. Here's what's happening. Independence Day, July 4th, falls on a Saturday this year. Because of that, the federal government observes the holiday on Friday, July 3rd. That shift pushes standard early month Social Security payments up to Thursday, July 2nd, instead of their usual date. So if you're used to a payment landing on a certain day at the start of the month, mark your calendar. It may show up a day or two earlier than you expect. But here's the part that really surprises people. If you receive Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, you are going to see 2 payments in July. Why? Because SSI payments are normally scheduled for the 1st of the month, but August 1st this year falls on a Saturday. When a payment date lands on a weekend, the Social Security Administration moves it earlier to the last business day before that weekend. That means the August SSI payment actually arrives at the end of July. So SSI recipients get 1 payment at the start of July and a second one at the very end of July for August. And it means no separate SSI deposit at the start of August since it's already been sent early. I want to be really clear about something important here. This is not extra money. This is not a bonus. It is the same amount of money you'd normally receive. It's just arriving on a different schedule because of how the calendar falls this year. If you don't understand that distinction, it's easy to think you're getting more than you actually are, and then get caught off guard in August when that expected payment isn't there because it already arrived in July. So here's my advice. If you're on SSI, write down these dates. plan your August budget now, knowing that deposit already happened in July. This is exactly the kind of thing that trips people up. Not because the government did anything wrong, but because a bank account can look flush for a moment and then tighter than expected the following month. If you're not sure about your specific payment date, the safest thing to do is check your online Social Security account or call the Social Security Administration directly. Payment dates are also based on your birth date for standard retirement benefits, so not everyone's schedule shifts the same way. Now here's surprise number 3. And honestly, if you or someone you know is managing weight or heart health, this might be the most valuable few minutes of this whole video. Because starting July 1st, there's a brand new Medicare program that changes what certain medications actually cost you out of pocket. For years, there's been a frustrating gap in Medicare coverage. Certain popular medications, the kind used for weight management and that also have benefits for cardiovascular health, were historically not covered by Medicare Part D when prescribed specifically for weight loss. That left a lot of seniors paying full price out of pocket, which for these particular drugs could be genuinely expensive every single month. That changes starting July 1st, 2026. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has officially launched something called the Medicare GLP-1 Bridge Program. Here's what it does, in plain language. For eligible Part D enrollees, this program caps the out-of-pocket cost for qualifying GLP-1 medications at $50 a month. Now, a few important things to understand so this doesn't get misunderstood. First, this applies specifically to Medicare Part D enrollees, and eligibility depends on your specific plan and medical situation. Not everyone taking these medications will automatically qualify at this rate. Second, this is a new program, which means plan details, enrollment steps, and exact qualifying conditions are things you'll want to confirm directly with Medicare or your Part D plan provider. Because rollout details on brand new programs can vary by insurer in the early months. But if you or someone in your family has been priced out of these medications because of cost, this is genuinely worth a phone call to your plan provider this week to ask, do I qualify for the GLP-1 Bridge program, and what does that mean for my monthly costs starting this July? This is exactly the kind of policy change that doesn't always make headlines, but can make a real difference in a family's monthly budget, especially for retirees managing multiple prescriptions on a fixed income. My recommendation: don't wait until your next refill to figure this out. Call your Part D plan now, ask directly about the GLP-1 Bridge program, and get the specific number for your situation in writing or noted in your account. Programs like this are easiest to take advantage of when you ask early, not after you've already paid full price for another month. Let's do a quick recap so you walk away from this video with everything clear. Surprise number 1. There's a new tax deduction for seniors 65 and older, worth up to $6,000 for individuals or $12,000 for qualifying married couples, that can reduce or even eliminate taxes on your Social Security income, available through the 2028 tax year with income limits that apply. Surprise number 2, your Social Security payment schedule shifts this July because of the holiday calendar, and if you receive SSI, you'll actually get 2 payments this month instead of 1. Not extra money, just an earlier arrival for August's payment. Surprise number 3. Starting July 1st, the new Medicare GLP-1 Bridge program caps out-of-pocket costs for qualifying weight management medications at $50 a month for eligible Part D enrollees. A real potential saving if this affects you or your family. Now here's what I want you to do after this video ends. Pick the one of these 3 that applies most to you and actually follow up on it this week. Whether that's calling the IRS or a tax professional about the deduction, checking your MySSA account for your exact payment date, or calling your Part D provider about the GLP-1 program. Small actions like this are exactly how people avoid missing out on real money. If this video helped you, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because I cover these updates as soon as they're confirmed, not months later when it's too late to act. And drop a comment below. Which of these 3 surprised you the most? I read every comment and it helps me know what to cover next. As always, this video is for general information and education, not personalized financial, tax, or medical advice. Every person's situation is different, so please confirm your specific details with the Social Security Administration, a licensed tax professional, or your Medicare plan provider directly before making any decisions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.